Um, for your eventual. Oh my God, Kurtis Conner did a Disney adult video.
I'm Jake Paul from Bizarre Park, and you're watching
Kurtis Conner.
Oh, no looker. First ever. Oh.
Kurtis Conner.
Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? How's it going? And if you're coming back, what's up? How's it going? It's really good to see you again.
Dreamy.
I hope you're doing well. You see what happens when you subscribe to my channel? You get an extra greeting. So do it. Folks! All right, Disney fans. Cover your Mickey Mouse ears. I'm about to get controversial. Not really. That's not what this video is going to be. I just kind of wanted to make that Mickey Mouse ears joke. So we all know Disney, right? The multi-billion-dollar entertainment company started by a man named Walt Disney in the 1920s that's responsible for some of the most popular iconic movies of all time. They own Pixar and Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm and 21st Century Fox and pretty much everything else. That's Disney. Disney films actually played a huge role in my childhood, and I'm sure they played a huge role in yours as well. I had an extensive VHS collection of all the old animated Disney movies, and I would watch Fox and the Hound like every other day, dude. Cried every time. And I also went to Disney World in Florida when I was 3 years old, and I don't remember a second of it. I don't remember anything of it at all, because I was 3 years old. So it's a good thing my parents spent all that money. And I'll admit it, okay? Disney knows how to make a good movie. Have you seen
Before we get into this, I need to watch a TikTok video that went viral on Twitter recently about an adult with two children that spent $4,000 on Disney over like the weekend. I don't know if you guys can find it really quickly. I'm sure you've seen that tweet. It was on my timeline, and we are a hive mind, so I do think that does anyone have that? Let's watch it. It was 4K in a single day. Fuck, it was a single day. I thought it was over the weekend. I saw another tweet about it where someone basically said, oh, here, this is one of the worst scams in modern history. Here it is. I saw one of the quote tweets on this that basically said, you know what a family's net worth is by how frequently they visit Disney. If they're wealthy, they go to Disney once a year. If they are middle class, they go to Disney once or twice in their entire lifetimes. Once every couple of years. They're middle class or upper middle class. If they've never gone or only been one time for forever, that means they're poor.
How much we spent at Disney day 2 of 5. A mediocre breakfast at Hollywood and Vine cost us $223.
When I saw that, I was like, there's no fucking way, dog. I had no idea it was like this. Right off the jump, you're like, what? Turns out it's like a huge deal in Disney. It's a meme at this point. Like, they upcharge like a motherfucker for the meals. Why would you pay that? What's the alternative? You die.
Then we headed over to Toy Story Land, and even with Lightning Lane, we still only got to ride one ride. Ice cream was $25 and popcorn was $16. Then over at Galaxy's Edge, 3 lightsabers cost us a whopping $800. They also no longer hold them for you until the end of the day, plus different airlines have different restrictions when flying home, so we opted to ship them to us for an additional cost. Every ride had a 120-minute wait time, so we only got to ride one ride in this section of the park as well. We tried the infamous blue and green milk and had lunch at Backlot and funnel cakes at Epic Eats.
Bro, in the future, when I have kids, I'm being so fucking frugal on purpose. I don't give a fuck. I don't want them to get comfortable with this kind of fucking spending. I feel like that's how my parents were too. For me especially, they would buy everything for Marat, who was within earshot, but does not have the capacity to defend himself. They would buy everything he wanted. They wouldn't buy any of the shit that I wanted. Because like all of his shit was like smart, engineering related toys, like robots and whatnot. Whereas my shit was like actual toys, like action figures and you know, things that I guess pertain to my artistic vision that they consider to be ridiculous spending. Anyway, all I'm going to say is I would have been fucked up if I got everything I always wanted, like Marat did. which is why he's fucked up. I don't want my kids to fucking think like, oh yeah, no, we're spending $44 on funnel cakes. Like, that's the normalcy. That's the normal experience. Hold on one second. Anyway.
PhotoPass was an
Make your living yelling at YouTube videos? Wait, what? What does that have to do with, like, child development? That's such a weird take. Okay, I mean, that's true. I'm literally saying, despite the fact that I have the financial security to be able to easily pay for this, I don't know, man, I forgot what we were talking about. Yeah, I love that. I'm literally saying, despite the fact that I have the financial security to be able to afford all this shit, I don't want my children to think that this is like a normal thing to fucking spend money on. And you literally turned around and you went, actually, you make your money yelling at YouTube videos. And then when called out, you said, I don't know, man. I forgot what the fuck we were talking about even. I just wanted to yell at you.
Extra $170 for cell phone quality pictures. And finally, we had dinner at Planet Hollywood. Factoring in our nightly hotel rate of $997 brings our total to
like that dinner being $311 is fucking insane. It's like hamburgers, man.
$3,758 for the
God damn, one day. One fucking day. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Minutemen? It's a goddamn masterpiece, okay? That film should be projected on a wall in the Louvre. All right, I Louvre it. And since people hold these Disney movies so close to their hearts, some people really go all out with their admiration for the Walt Disney Company well into their adulthood. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Unfortunately, the only definition I could find for Disney adults...
if you think I'm only watching this because I'm about to do a Fear M podcast with Cutie Cinderella later today, and I need some ammunition to spark up some drama, you would be absolutely correct for thinking that, because that's precisely why I'm watching this video.
It was on Urban Dictionary, so apologies in advance. So according to Urban Dictionary, a Disney adult is a millennial adult with or without kids that can't stop talking about Disney, including the movies and the parks. Even if they do have kids, they're still way more obsessed with it than their kids ever would be. They probably engage in casual Disney bounding, which we'll talk about later, and visit the theme parks at least once a year. They're obsessed with everything Disney and probably have a Mickey Mouse bumper sticker and or tattoo. One of the most terrifyingly intense people you'll ever encounter. Okay. Now that's a problem with Urban Dictionary. No one can just give a definition, you know? They always have to like throw their own opinion in there at the end. Could you imagine if like Webster's Dictionary did that? You look up the definition of peanut and it says, the oval seed of a South American plant, widely roasted and salted and eaten as a snack. I don't like them. I'm allergic. But you can get the general public's opinion based on that definition alone. People just think Disney adults are weird and cringy. And a few years ago, I for sure would have made a video just, you know, roasting these people, goofing on them. Because, you know, silly adult, Disney for kids. But dude, I'm 27, you know, I'm an adult. I feel like instead of just making fun of something I don't understand, it's better for me to just try to understand it and then make fun of it. Because I'll admit it, you know, some Disney adults do weird things. Like here's a hypothetical thing a Disney adult might do. Like maybe they'll make a TikTok about trying all the water from inside the park, and you know, they'll grade it 1 to 10, and they'll include all the gross fountains with pennies in it and rivers and shit, and then they'll get banned from Disney because obviously that's the weirdest thing you could ever do. You know, that's just a thing that might happen, but no one would actually ever do that, right? It'd be insane.
That part is content. A lot of adults do like onboarding, which is a concept that fucking blew my mind. The onboarding shit is crazy. Judy already watched this on stream. She wasn't too mad about it. Yeah, but like I'm going to slander her, so then she will get mad, because the entire purpose of this the entire purpose of what I'm doing here is to make Cutie mad. That's why I'm doing it. Here's the 1 minute ad break in the middle of the hour, by the way.
I just got banned by Disney.
So folks, today we are going to take a close look at the world of Disney adults, and I'm going to try my best to understand why they do the things that they do.
Disney bounding.
Disclaimer, if you are a Disney adult, please don't get mad at me. Fair warning, I might take the piss out of it a little bit in this video because I still want this to be a little funny. But at the end of the day, seriously, I just want to learn. I just want to see what all the fuss is about, okay? So without further ado, let's see what's up. You know, like the movie. Okay, so when you search Disney adults on Google Trends, pretty stagnant up until about September 2009, which is actually right around the time where Disney acquired Marvel Entertainment. So my guess is that articles were using the term Disney and the word adults like more often than usual when they were writing about this. So
are you still mad him and Ethan kissed? No, because I kissed him for New Year's. So guess what? That's right. Me and Kurtis Conner kissed on the lips on New Year's Eve as the clock struck midnight. Sucks to suck, doesn't it? I bet you're jealous. Now, think about that.
To find the actual origin of the term Disney adult, but I mean, pretty obvious as adults. What else do you call adults obsessed with Disney, right? Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Losers. I'm kidding. Obviously, Disney movies aren't just for kids. I know that. Don't look up Disney adult films, though. That's probably a bad idea. Or maybe it's a good idea. Who knows? Most Disney movies actually include jokes that like only adults will understand, you know? Like this one.
I have over 30 accessories and I deserve more respect.
Ah, that's better. Hey, no one takes my wife's mouth except me.
Mr. Potato Head? More like Mr. Potato Getting Head. But those jokes aside, I feel like Disney movies are just good, except for Cars 2, which was great. Disney knows how to tell a good story, and they really know how to tackle these emotional and complex issues and ideas. Even when there aren't any humans in the actual movie, their stories are always very human, and we can all relate to them, which is genius because it appeals to kids because it's silly, you know, goofy, it's bright, it's nice to look at, but it also appeals to the adults who are the ones that are going to be spending the money on movie tickets and streaming service subscriptions and t-shirts and action figures and lightsabers and cruise ship vacations and theme park tickets and just fucking everything else that Disney sells. But when it comes to Disney parks, I'm sure the parents are down to go too, right? Because it's like, yeah, sure, my kids get to go play on the rides. I liked the movies as well. And also they have beer there. So I'll get a little buzz. And then maybe I'll get a little buzz. Like, could you imagine if any other weird, like, kids content channels on YouTube started a theme park? Fucking Johnny Land? Yeah, like anybody would ever go to a Spider-Man and Elsa theme park. Oh, like, people don't really have an issue.
Wait, hold up.
Like, kids content channels on YouTube started a theme park? Fucking Johnny Land? Yeah, like anybody would ever go to a Spider-Man and...
Oh, for a second, I thought this was something different. I thought it was Sasha Grey.
Elsa theme. Oh, like people don't really have an issue with parents going to Disneyland with their kids, but when an adult who doesn't have kids goes to Disney like every week, they dress up for it, they have Disney memorabilia, and their whole life revolves around Disney.
I feel bad, but like I know him. He's a cosplayer. It's like kind of his job, I guess. Yeah, he's a... Fuck, when did I meet him? I met him like I met him many years ago, back when I was at the Young Turks. He's a very kind guy. What a creative cosplay. Well, this one is... I mean, I think he is a Disney adult, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But he also is a cosplayer.
They dress up for it, they have Disney memorabilia, and their whole life revolves around Disney. That's what people seem to have a problem with. And obviously, the main group of people who are Disney adults are millennials. And you know what? Especially in
Dude, no, it's not. I'm torturing my puppy, okay, in a cage. I'm torturing her in a cage. No, the cage is not open for the dog to walk out. Like, what the fuck? This person, literally using one of their many alt accounts at this point, comes in here, waits for a fucking, not even for an hour, literally waits for the 10-minute barrier to end so he can go, is the cage open for the dog to walk out? Is the cage open for the dog to walk out? Is the cage open for the dog to walk out? Periodically. Of course the cage is not open for the dog to walk out. The entire point of it is so that the dog doesn't fucking piss where she sleeps, so we can train her to not piss where she fucking piss inside the house. Okay? Please. Jesus fuck. Lovely puppy, by the way. There you go. Why would there be a cage if she could just walk out? The entire purpose of a cage is so that she can't walk out. The entire reason why the cage is just as large as the bed is so that she doesn't piss on the bed and then lay in her own piss, because she won't want to piss in the bed and then lay in her own piss. You're talking to a wall. They want you to react like this. I just want a human response for once in my fucking life. I want someone on the internet that is a fucking troll to just like literally go, oh my God, maybe I am being kind of weird here. I'm just going to stop. I want you to be human. I want you to be human and not like a fucking chat bot, okay? I want a human response. That's why I'm doing this.
In like the last year or two, the hate towards millennials has been pretty gnarly. Deserved, though. I'm a millennial. I'm not proud of it. I'm trying to quit. And it is extremely millennial or chuggy to be a Disney adult. Honestly, dude, the lengths these Disney adults go to show their love for Disney is honestly pretty impressive.